back, everyone. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us or share the show later on. My next guest, you just heard his ad, has been on with me once before. I have with me James Palestini. He's the owner of Palestini Law. Please tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what area of law that we're going to talk about today that you cover.
Sure. So thanks for having me on the show, Carol. It's good to see you again. I am a criminal defense attorney. I've been doing this for about 14 years. I practice misdemeanor cases, felony cases, all across the state. I'm licensed here. I'm licensed in the Court of Appeals. I'm licensed in the Supreme Court of the United States. I love my job, I love what I do, and excited to get into this and answer any questions you might have.
So well, there's a lot of questions when it comes to this. I would probably want to say, the first thing that I would want to ask you, we've been hearing your commercials for the past couple of weeks. What are people's most surprised to learn when they finally call you after they've been criminally charged?
Sure, so I think the most surprising thing is what they're looking at if they're sentenced. So I'll give you an example. With a Class 1 misdemeanor, they are very shocked to learn that if they're convicted of a Class 1 misdemeanor, they're looking at up to a max of 6 months in jail, just for a Class 1 misdemeanor. And that's not getting into the felony cases, which go up to Department of Correction time, years sometimes.
That's kind of scary.
It's terrifying.
It is, and especially if you've been, you're charged with that. Now, what do? When you tell them, okay, well, look, you're getting 6 months, that's it? Or now they call you, they've talked to you, is it too late for them, or what is it?
No, and it's always good to get a hold of an attorney as soon as possible. You never want to go in right away and think that, hey, maybe I can handle this on my own. Or my one favorite is, well, I did it, so I might as well just take the consequences. And you never want to do that, especially in the state of Arizona. It's very, very, very tough here. You walk in by yourself and you're going to have a conversation with the prosecutor, and it's just like having a conversation with an officer. So anything you say or do can and will be used against you in the court of law. We hear that in Hollywood all the time. And the same rings true when you're speaking with a prosecutor by yourself. You never want to do that. You want to contact an attorney, someone like myself, who's been trained to deal with this, who can go in and advocate on your behalf.
Anyone that does it on their own, they're foolish. I feel that way.
Absolutely. What's that old adage? Like, you're representing someone that has a fool as an attorney or something like that? Like,
pound foolish or something like that. It's 602-663-7592. His website is PALESTINILAW.com. Now we're talking about this. I think this is a great conversation because we're talking about what actually goes wrong when somebody waits too long to hire a criminal defense attorney. I can't believe they don't call immediately.
I can't either. And you go in there sometimes by yourself and you say something that might be able to hurt your case, and you can't unring that bell. That's going to come out down the road. And then I'm just, playing catch up if I end up getting involved after
right.
that.
Now let me ask you something. So people think that they can explain things or that they can handle the court, handle that. I can't imagine. We're talking about this and I'm thinking to myself, spit's coming out of my mouth because I am appalled to think that, number one, and I've been doing this a long time, I've never had this conversation where people wait too long to call a criminal defense attorney. I can't imagine that they would be that, lazy or whatever it is to not say, wow, I just got popped, I need to call right away.
It happens all the time.
Wow.
I know, it happens all the time, and then I think it might not be laziness. I think a lot of it is shame.
Or scared.
Or they're very scared. Or it's, hey, I don't know if I can afford this. And, you got to at least speak to an attorney. Myself, I don't charge to speak to someone for a consultation. And so, you might as well come in and talk to me, and I can go over, what your options are. And I'm here to help people.
You're located in Phoenix, but you can help anyone in the entire state.
Absolutely.
Right? And the phone number, don't wait. I'm telling you, it's Friday. I know somebody's going to have a drink or whatever, or two. put the number in your phone. That is what I say under attorney. You never know when something like this is going to happen, and it can happen to anybody. 602-663-7592, PalestiniLaw.com. Okay, so someone hires you right away. What are the first things that you're going to try to do to protect them?
So there are so many things that are on the line for people. Their jobs, for one. Let's say you're a nurse and you hold a fingerprint clearance card. Well, that fingerprint clearance card is in jeopardy. You could potentially lose that just by being charged, even though you haven't pled guilty to anything. So that's just one thing that can come in and derail your ability to work.
Wow.
And so that's one thing that I deal with a little bit more commonly. Another one, if it's a driving offense, we have to attack the licensing issue. If you're stopped for DUI, you lose your license after 30 days automatically, unless you request a hearing. And I request a hearing in every single one of my cases. Why? Because this is Arizona and you have to drive here. I mean, we don't have great public transportation system here, and you have to get around, so that's another thing that we'll look at.
Wow, it's amazing, but you don't know what you don't know. And that's why hire an attorney immediately.
Yes.
Don't wait. Again, that number to call, put it in your phone. You never know when something's going to happen. 602-663-7592. Okay, this is a long one. I'm going to try and read it as fast as I can.
Okay.
Okay. So, you represent a lot of otherwise law-abiding people. What do you wish the public to understand about people facing criminal charges?
So great question.
Thank
I
you.
have this thing where I talk to my clients about the people that I represent. And I represent two kinds of people. I represent criminals and I represent people that have been charged with a criminal offense. And the majority of my clients are in that latter category. They're people that have never been in trouble before, or maybe they've been in trouble before, but they're not bad people. They're not criminals. They have maybe a lapse in judgment, or maybe they did absolutely nothing at all, and they just find themselves on the wrong side of the law. And I was having this conversation with you off air a little bit earlier. Sometimes you've got someone that's charged with DUI, and they're not actually DUI. Blood comes back, there's no drugs in their system, no alcohol in their system. They did nothing wrong, but someone sees them and says, well, you got charged with DUI, you must be guilty. Not the case at all.
No, and you know what I've said before many times, bad things happen to good people. Just because something happens to you, and again, it also is a major thing for you to call that attorney, because when that happens, that's where you come in to be able to help them. Maybe, let's say, maybe get it off completely. I don't know how that works, whether you can always all the time or as much as you can, or at least plea it down so that, it's not as bad, right?
There's almost always something that I can do.
I'm
Almost
sure.
always.
I'm absolutely positive. And that's why it's so important. Again, don't do it on your own. Don't wait. Don't be ashamed. Call right away. That number is 602-663-7592. So what separates you from all the other attorneys out there?
Well, when someone picks up the phone to call Palestini Law, they're getting me. They're not getting some other attorney. They're not getting a receptionist. They're not getting a legal assistant. If they want to get a hold of me, they can get a hold of me right away. And for a lot of people that are going through these difficult situations, you want to be able to talk to your attorney, and you should be able to. You're paying good money for that.
Right. You don't want to be a number. You want to call a boutique firm.
Absolutely.
Call him. His number is 602-663-7592. So someone is listening right now. They're scared. All right. They're unsure of what to do. But they call you. What's the single most important thing that they need to do first, besides call you after they've called you?
So the single most important thing is be completely honest with me. Tell me what happened. There's absolutely no shame. Don't be nervous. I've heard it all. I literally have heard it all. I'm here to help.
Well, okay, so I think that's also very important to be honest about things. Best thing to do is to make sure that if something does happen to you, that you have this phone number in your phone. And again, it could be you or someone that you know. It happens a lot, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have to ask you, all right, when the cop comes up to them, what's the first thing that they should do?
Well, you should definitely say, hey, my attorney's advised me not to answer any questions.
Okay.
You never want to cooperate as far as answering questions go.
So many people think that because I don't know, they're impaired, they might be even a little bit, right?
Yeah.
They think they can outsmart the cop.
You cannot outsmart the cop. Just keep your mouth shut, please, for my sake.
So before we wrap up, okay, is there anything that you want the listeners to remember if they or someone they care about are facing criminal charges?
Sure, so if you've been charged with a crime, you've been arrested, you've been stopped, put the shame aside, don't feel embarrassed, call an attorney, call me ASAP. The quicker I can get involved, the quicker I can help you.
This is a no tolerance state. This is why anything can happen to anybody. And please, be careful out there. If you can, get an Uber. I don't know why people still do this, but they do. They think they can get away with it. They think it's no big deal. It's pretty close. I'll be okay. Put the number in your phone because you never know when it's going to happen.
Palestini Law's got you.
602-663-7592. It's PalestiniLaw.com.